Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another stream. Welcome to another video. My name is Javon. I bring you weekly WoW content, weekly Apex content. Like and sub. Thank you for clicking on. Thank you. Today, I wanted to jump on stream. I wanted to chat a little bit about my experience so far with the War Within, mainly about the instances, especially after the big maintenance yesterday, the big surprise 4-hour maintenance, 5-hour maintenance, whatever it was yesterday. But yeah, as I'm recording this, I think we're like 12 or 13 days out. What's today? The 5th of September. So yeah, we're maybe about 12 or 13 days out since the launch. And I'm not talking like the actual launch. I'm talking about pre-order launch. I didn't really play a lot in the pre-order, like that little whatever they were calling it, the starter. The people were joking that you had to buy. I really just did a lot more of the pre-patch event. I probably farmed out the most Azurite or whatever that was. I think I literally did a couple million. Like, I farmed out like 20 transmog sets, but that's besides the point. Today, we are talking about the instances. And I wanted to touch base because, you know, I think it's been kind of great. I've been really enjoying the War Within. I've been really liking the dungeons, the instances. I did the campaign already as well, which was really fun. I'd say it's one of the better ones the last couple expansions. But today we're diving into the instances. And to kind of give you a little perspective on instances, how many I've run so far. So my first character, my hunter, I strictly did the campaign. Then I did my monk. I leveled maybe 3 levels doing questing on my monk. And then I dove into dungeons. And when I dove into dungeons, I realized a couple things. I realized, wow, I should have been doing this right off the bat. I shouldn't have started with the campaign. I should have started with just doing instances. Why? Because instances off the bat were so bugged. Like, it was crazy. They only released 3 off the bat, and they were relatively quick. And I'm going to go into some pros and cons, like some of my favorite things, some of my things I dislike about these. But started off with like my favorite things. I really enjoy how quick they are. I feel like Blizzard hasn't really made instances go this fast, just normal instances, you know. I know Mythic can drag on a little, people push keys, but like normal dungeons, I would kind of compare it to time walking. The difficulty, it's relatively very easy. But that means people like to blow through them. And what was happening when the War Within first came out was a lot of classes were really overtuned or overbalanced. So like, and I think as well as just like level 70s were in like a weird spot where they did way more damage than they should have. So if you did the instances before the expansion came out, it was insane. Like, you could really just, you could have one person, it felt like Remix. Like, you had one person who could clear out the whole instance, didn't matter what you were doing. Like, I remember I did one, and we finished in like 4 or 5 minutes. It was crazy. It was just some warrior, and he was like one-shotting everything. Like, it was insane. But they really kind of tuned it down and fixed that, which was like, it needed to be nerfed. Like, it was really broken. And then I've started to do instances, and to kind of give you guys a perception of like how much instances I've done. So it's just my hunter and my monk. I did a little. So I have probably about 6 level 80s now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 level 80s right now. 8, 7, and I'm about to have 8 with my DK. I've really only been doing dungeons, and I think I really got lucky because when I first started doing these dungeons. When I first started doing these dungeons, it was nice. Like, they were quick, like I was saying, like off the bat, which did get nerfed, but it was still really nice because they were so quick. Like, I could do a dungeon, and a couple of them, like, they just felt good. Like, they haven't felt this good in a while. Like, I really enjoyed the dungeons, and yesterday they added even more dungeons, so now you can do all of them. And I spent last night doing a handful, and I'll tell you, not my favorite. Some of them are really not that. The brewery one's fun. The one that's flying sucks. The other spider one that isn't the OG spider one sucks. Like, ugh. Like, they're painful, bro. And maybe it's just because I haven't done them as much as the other ones. I'm really banking on that. But, like, I feel like, you know what I feel like? When you have, like, an artist and they, like, make a couple singles and they're, like, bomb, like, music. And you're like, damn, I can't wait till they come out with the album or the LP or whatever. And then they come out with the LP or the album. And it's all dog water except for like the 2 songs that they released as a single. I feel like Blizzard just did that with these instances. I feel like the first 3 instances were fire. They were like, these are it. These are what's gonna get people hooked. You know what I mean? But like, and it got me hooked, bro. Like, they're a lot of fun. You can just spam them. They're quick. They're fast. But these new ones suck. Like the flying one. Like, bro, what did we not learn from the Oculus? Like, come on. Come on. Like, it's... I get we're gonna add sky flying, sky riding. Like, it's awful, dude. So, but anyways, I was gonna do... and then, yeah, I wanted to also kind of talk about, like... So, yeah, some pros and cons. So, pros... I like the some of them. They feel great. If you haven't done dungeons or instances, just spamming them, like it's a lot of fun. It's tolerable. It's not like, oh, like I get sick after it. Like, it's a lot of fun. So I like that atmosphere of it. I really enjoy the leveling. Like, the leveling has been great this expansion. They added it so like the more you level to 80, the more quicker you do it, and it caps off after 6. That mixed with the 10% from Darkmoon Faire, you just level up so fast, like wicked quick. And I have really enjoyed that aspect of it as well. So quicker dungeons, quicker leveling, like that has been really awesome. Something I've noticed, so like I've played WoW for 20 years. Right? I've seen all the expansions. I've played every expansion. I've done hundreds of thousands of groups at this time, right? I feel like something has changed or shifted with this expansion, and maybe it's just the last expansion. I didn't really go crazy with dragons or like Shadowlands. Like, I was just really farming mounts and transmogs. So like, I'm more of a casual Andy now, so maybe I haven't seen it. But bro, something's just changed, man. Like, people just want to get through dungeons as fast as they can, which I understand because you get a big chunk of XP. But like, I feel like it's lost what it was, right? Like, it was never, let's just pull half of the instance, kill it, get that dopamine, and then do another one, boss, do another one, dopamine, boss, boom, finished. Fat XP. Like, that is War within 10 seconds. Like, that's really how it goes. And I feel like WoW was never like that. Like, I get it. Like, people, you know, AoE the bosses or the mobs down, pull. But like, this is just like, bro, it's different. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, people just like, so like, for example, right? I've been tanking a lot. I've been healing a lot because like, I'm just done sitting in 10 to 15 to 20 minute queues. Like, people will be like, oh, you know, a queue DPS, it's only 5 minutes. No, like, if you're leveling this many characters, you really, to like utilize how quick to do it, you really want to try to instant queue when you can. And like, so that's why I tank or I heal. And like, you can see like from my mop streams and like dragon, like I heal a lot on my monk. It's my favorite healing class, which I guess is a hot take because they came out with the classes and everybody hates monks for some reason. But yeah, it's crazy. I feel like it shifted. Like, healing is just a lot more challenging, and maybe it's because they're pulling half of the instance, right? Like, if I'm new to healing, or a new player, and I don't get that concept of like how to heal really well, like, they're setting you up to fail. And like, at this point, I've probably done at least 1,000 of these new dungeons. Like, it really probably up in that sector. And like, I've only had at most a handful really bad experiences, like 3 instances. A couple times I've gotten kicked and stuff, but like, I feel like people's mood has changed. They're like, this tank sucks, he's not going quick enough. It's just like, bro, I'm learning how to tank. Like, I could go do a delve, I could go do the other thing, but like, I just want to jump in the instance. Like, why am I being penalized for playing the game? Like, people are just so negatively mindset. And then, like, on top of it, they just start pulling, dude. And it's just like, I just did this one instance. The evoker just kept pulling and pulling and pulling. And then we got to a place, we got to one of the bosses, and the mage died right before the boss fight. So that's another thing. People don't res. Like, I get the walk back and the flying mechanic, but like, why don't we res anymore? Like, when did that get out of the instant? Oh, you died? You run back. We don't res you, dude. What? What? It's just like, it's crazy, man. Like, it just happened. Like, the mage died. So before I pulled the boss, I was like, oh, the mage is dead. Like, let's just res him real quick, right? We're on the second or third boss. It doesn't make sense for him to run back. The fucking evoker just pulls. I'm like, okay, evoker, you want to pull? You can tank. I'm just gonna sit here. And then he got all upset afterwards, and he was just like, really? You don't know how to taunt as a tank? And I said, really? Really, dude? I think the mage was dead, and you are pulling. And it's my fault? It's just one example, you know what I mean? They're just like, it's just so stupid. And then people abuse the vote to kick too. I've only been vote to kicked a couple times, and like, but like, people are just so negative, bro. Even with the social contract, they whisper you and shit. It's just like, bro, like, it's crazy. I feel like it's shifted in that dynamic. That's the things I don't like. It's just like, people want you to pull everything. People expect you to try to clear it as quick as you can. And it's like, we're not, like, this isn't like end game content, right? We're not doing mythic runs. We're not doing keys. We're not doing high-end raids. This is a normal dungeon for leveling, right? The only other comparison I can have, right, is I used to be a huge BG guy. Look at my account. Look my account up. I got the Bloodthirsty back in 2019. That's how that's how much I PvP. Like, I don't do arenas. I do arenas, but not as much. I don't do like the blitz or anything. Strictly just BGs. No big battleground bullshit. BGs. That's all I did. And like, you know, like towards Shadowlands, I noticed the same thing. Like, I would join on like an under-geared tune, right? Because BGs is an avenue to get gear, to get honor, to buy the gear, to do the BGs. And people would whisper me or yell at me, and they'd be like, bro, why are you queuing for this? You don't even have gear. Look at your gear. It's like, well, I don't have friends to do arenas. I don't enjoy just getting smacked in arenas because I don't have gear. So I'm just going to sit in this BG and just like hang out and try to get some honor. And like, the amount of times they'd be like, go get gear before you queue. Like, what? Like, what? The same thing is going on with these instances. Like, I'm telling you, bro, it's the same thing. And it sucks to see because it's like, it's such a fun game. And like, I thoroughly enjoy these instances, but like, I'm just fired up that I got like 7 of them done before they just did this, they just added these more dungeons, because like the new dungeons are fun and stuff, but like it seems like it was a lot quicker the other way, and I'm just really happy I got it done when I did. I still have a couple more left to go. I have my evoker, my druid, my rogue, and my shaman, and my priest. I'm doing my deathling next. Probably gonna do my druid and my priest, the shaman, and then finish it off with the rogue. I have a really mean rogue spec from some kid in my group earlier who's pulling a dummy amount, but it's just crazy, man. Like, I don't know what the shift is. I don't know. I watched an interesting interview with like some of their directors, and they were like talking about that as a specific problem, and it's just funny to watch the video and then like experience what they're talking about in the game. They're like, you know, we don't want people to be able to just pull half of the dungeon, because when you do that, they all blend together. And, you know, we just made 8 dungeons. We spent all this time designing them, and if people are going to play like that, it's just going to blend them, and it's not going to feel good. And I 100% agree with that. I think, like, this mindset meta, like, gotta pull the most, gotta get that dopamine, gotta kill the boss, gotta pull even more. It's just like, stop. It's like, it's awful, dude. But that was just my 2 cents. I wanted to jump on stream and just kind of touch base. You can catch me on Twitch, Javon95 spelled out, like with letters. or here on my YouTube. Again, thank you so much for watching and liking if you made it this far. Like, I appreciate it. I'm trying to step up my YouTube and hit that follower count so I can just do this for a living, because like I love this. I love playing WoW. I love like building and talking to community, and that'd just be so cool. So like the video, leave a comment what your favorite instance is, what class you lovely. Thanks again, and thanks. See you in the next one, I guess.